Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I have been trying to improve my patience, but this whole time I realized that it is not patience, but I have been tolerating the mistakes of others. And once someone pushes me over the edge, all of their past mistakes come back to me, and I get angry again. How can I turn this tolerance into patience?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First, you have to understand what is patience. You start to understand what is being tolerant. To tolerate means you don't like it. You don't like it. You find it stupid or useless, but you have to swallow it. You're tolerating. What you're going through is you swallowing that, but you don't know what? How to digest. You just tolerate it. You just swallow, 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 but you don't know how to digest. So when the time comes, you throw it up again. Opportunity comes, you throw it up. But when you digest it, you take something from it. There's something there that is for you. It's not for the other person. It's for you, to teach you something. When you digest it, take what is for you, what is not for you, you throw it away. What is not for you, you throw it away. It doesn't mean that you forget what the person is doing. You remember, but it's not going to give you a stomach ache. Person is doing it again. You say, just like what? Just like children. You have a child, they do something over and over again, right? Yes or no? You say, don't do that. They do it over and over again. Do you just tolerate the child? No, you have patience with the child. Most people, anyway. Today's people, of course, they don't know how to raise children because they're so busy trying to get a life. And the way they raise their children is not according to the prophetic way. They take from here, take from there. So they get a mishmash of things. Huh? But the child is doing it over and over again. You don't just tolerate it. You have patience. Not only are you able to step on your ego, not to be angry, not to act it out, but you try to find out, why is this one doing it like this? Is there a different way to reach to this one so that it's not going to do it like this? Yes or no? I'm seeing it like this, but what is that child seeing? What is he seeing? How is he seeing? You try, because there is a problem, you try to solve it. You try to find a solution to that problem. You're not just seeing the problem and say, this one with the problem again. Say, no, because it's your child. You say, okay, it's doing like, let me try to find a solution. If I cannot find it with myself, I'm going to ask another person. If I cannot, I'm going to go to the sheikh. You're going to find out, look at different eyes to look at it. That's why they're saying what? It takes, very famous saying in America. It takes what? It takes a whole village to raise a child, one child. Meaning, it takes the whole community's eyes and intelligence to be able to understand one child and to raise it well. Because you're seeing it like this one is seeing it like this one is seeing it like this is seeing it like this. So with that, you can have patience. First, you tolerate, because tolerating doesn't mean that you understand anything. But when you have patience, you understand. You understand why. You are not so busy with how you are feeling to this situation. You're not busy with your feeling. You're trying to be busy understanding why that is happening. If you don't take a step back and you don't understand, never you'll be able to digest, never you'll be able to solve. That thing is just going to happen over and over and over again, and you are going to be like a puppet. They press this button, you dance like this. They press the button, you dance like this. You are not in control. You may blame them. You say, well, this one did this one did this. Who is forcing you? Who put a gun to your head to feel that way, to dance like that, to behave like that? No one. Is this what the Holy Prophet ﷺ is teaching? Or did he say, have control? Is this what our Shaykh is saying? No. The Shaykh is saying, step on your ego. Then slowly you start to understand, okay, now is not the time for me to say anything. If I say something, it's not going to work. I should wait a little bit. Or you say, this person in this subject, I shouldn't even attempt to do anything. Nothing is going to get through. Step back. Go to other things. But you cannot be busy with yourself. You cannot be busy with yourself and your own hurt feelings when that thing is happening. Slowly, step by step, you'll start to understand the wisdom, why it's happening, and other things. It is endless. But step by step, the first step that you have to do, learn how to digest it. How do you digest anything? You break it down. That means the incident is happening. You have to break down that incident. Not just, how he's going to do this. I told him 1,000 times. Or how this person can do this to me. Dishonorable person. But take a step back and say, let me try to digest this. Let me try to break it down. Let me try to see why this person. Because everyone, when you ask them, they have a reason, no? Even the worst person in the world, they have a reason why they're doing things. If you know why they're doing things, especially your enemy, especially your ego and other people's ego, why they do things, you have more knowledge of them. If you have more knowledge of them, you have more control of them, no? You are supposed to keep your enemy close, no? But if you don't understand them, that's when they can blindside you. You have to try to understand. You cannot let it to run with you. You can't. Because one moment of anger, it can burn everything down. So much worship that you do, so much good things that you do, it will burn. If you try to understand, put your anger a little bit aside, try to understand this person is doing it because of this, because of that. You will win. If you are right, your degree will be raised. If you are wrong, that fire is withheld from you because you made the right decision. Do you understand? And especially living in the derga, you are definitely going to rub against each other. Definitely. If you don't rub against each other in the derga, meaning make friction, meaning fight with each other, not fight. If you fight, I'll throw you out. I mean, I think the whole world knows that, right? If you fight in the derga, I'm going to throw you out. But you're going to have some friction, some dislike. As Maulana is saying, if you complain about every rub, then how you are going to be polished? So something is happening. That is one way of what we were talking about earlier, digesting it, processing it, breaking it down. Okay, this is happening to me because this one did something. No. Try to understand. You take a step back, you try to understand, then that rub, instead of cutting you, is actually polishing you. Okay, sure. Especially if it's young people. It may happen a little bit. But as Shaykh Effendi is saying, you can be upset with someone only as long as, you know, this turban, that you wash it and you hang it to dry, as long as it takes for this to dry, you can be upset with that person. Meaning this turban, if you wash it, I mean if you have a turban, and if you wash your own turbans, I know so many of you don't wash your turbans. You have to wash your own turban. Especially so many of you who not living here in this derga to go through that experience. You wash your own turban, and then you put it out to dry. 5 minutes it takes. Air is hitting it, it gets dry. That's how much time you're going to allow yourself to get very upset, and then you must cool down. Then when you're cooled down, you can start seeing things. If you're still upset, you cannot see anything. You only see blood. You understand? And that's not how believers behave. That's not how Muslims behave. It is forbidden to make any decision when you're angry. You cannot make any decision when you're angry. But we see so many times, especially with culture and tradition, when they're angry, then they say, oh, now I see. Okay, wait. I know what to do. I've already decided. I know what to do. Subhanallah. It's like when they are upset, then everything becomes crystal clear. When you're upset, shaitan sits on your shoulders. When you are upset, as I believe Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, the man who is upset is like a toy in Shaitan's hands. Shaitan plays with you. So now you take a step back. It's not to say, no, I'm not upset. American way. No, I'm not upset. Yeah, no. If it hurts, but take a step back and cool down. Then try to understand it. And then, when you are away from that drunk station of being angry, you may start, sometimes it takes minutes, sometimes it takes a day, sometimes it takes days. Don't let it to be more than 3 days, actually. Then look at it again and make the right decision. Make the decision that your Allah and your Prophet and your Shaykh would want you to be making that kind of decision, that they be proud of that decision. And let me tell you, Shaykh Effendi will never be happy if you act out of anger, even if you're right. So, you must learn that. And that time you know the difference and when to be and when not to be. And when you have that control, you can turn it up, you can turn it down, but you're not going to be in control. You can turn it all the way up. Whole world is looking, saying this man is going to eat everyone here. But his heart is very cool and he's very awake and he's aware. He's aware because his Lord is watching him. And there's a reason for doing that. That is what Shaykh Effendi says so many times, Jalal, that kind of Jalal. Please, especially the men, don't say I'm Jalal to my wife. You don't know what Jalal is. You don't know. I'm just being Jalal. I'm being Jalal to my friends. Please stop that. I'm shy and ashamed to say that. Okay? So, inshallah, when you understand this and you can digest, you will take what is for you and it actually helps you to become more healthy spiritually. Wa min Allahu tawfiq al-Fatiha. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.